All right, if you've bought a new pickup truck in the last couple of years, you're going to want to hear this. We are about to dive into a massive shakeup in the market that is absolutely hammering the value of some of the most popular trucks in America. Let's get right into what's going on and, more importantly, why. And look, let's get one thing straight right from the start. We are not talking about that normal, expected drop in value that happens when you drive a new car off the lot. No, no. What we're seeing here is something else entirely, something way more severe. I mean, that's a direct quote from our source material, and honestly, it perfectly captures what's happening. For thousands and thousands of owners, it feels like the floor has just completely vanished from underneath their big investment. So, the big question is, how did we get here? Well, this isn't just some random bad luck. It's the direct result of car companies making some incredibly risky bets. And now those bets are backfiring in a huge, huge way. And it's the truck owners who are left holding the bag. It all really boils down to a perfect storm of bad decisions. We're talking about rushed, experimental tech that wasn't ready for prime time, brand new, totally unproven engines and platforms, glitchy, flawed electronics, and of course, sticker prices that were, let's be honest, just completely unrealistic from day one. So let's break down which trucks got hit the absolute hardest. So, our first group of trucks are the ones that just completely missed the mark. These are vehicles that were either poorly positioned in the market from the get-go, or, and this is kind of crazy, their own manufacturers basically sabotaged their value. Kicking off our list at number 8 is the Jeep Gladiator. Now, that average price tag of nearly 47 grand is already pretty steep, but that's not the really shocking part. The shocker is a 34% drop in value in just 2 years. The story of how this happened is a classic case of shooting yourself in the foot. So what happened? Well, Jeep's parent company, Stellantis, basically just flooded dealership lots with way too many Gladiators. To get rid of them, they had to start slapping massive discounts on new ones. We're talking up to $20,000 off. And what does that do? It absolutely torches the resale value for anyone who already owns one. On top of that, in a tight economy, a niche toy truck becomes a lot less appealing when it can't keep up with competitors on actual truck stuff, like towing or fuel economy. And now moving on to the truck in our number 4 spot, we've got the Nissan Titan XD. And folks, this one's even worse. A staggering 41% loss in 2 years on a $65,000 truck that works out to over 26 grand. Just gone, vanished. The reason for this total collapse? It's a classic story of a product that just didn't know what it wanted to be. See, the Titan XT was always stuck in this weird, awkward middle ground. It wasn't quite a true heavy-duty truck, but it was too big and clunky to be a great half-ton. The market just never really got on board. And then came the final nail in the coffin. Nissan announced they were killing off the entire Titan line. Nothing destroys resale value faster than that, because now used buyers are worried about finding parts and getting dealer support down the road. Okay, so let's move on to our next theme, because this is where the story gets even crazier. We're talking about automakers rushing new, totally untested technology to the market. And this is where the financial losses become truly mind-boggling. And this one might be the biggest shock of them all. The Ram 1500, one of the best-selling, most beloved trucks in America, has lost an unbelievable 47% of its value in just 2 years. That's a loss of almost $31,000. So what on earth happened to the mighty Ram? Well, Ram made 2 gigantic gambles at the exact same time. They were basically asking their most loyal customers to be the final beta testers for brand new, unproven systems. First, they killed the legendary bulletproof Hemi V8 and replaced it with a new twin-turbo Hurricane engine. Immediately, early reports of oil leaks and coolant failures started scaring buyers away. As if that wasn't enough, they also rolled out a brand new electrical system that owners say is an absolute nightmare, plagued with random warning lights and system failures. It's a complete and total crisis of confidence. And that brings us to our final category. This is where the hype was the absolute highest, and because of that, the fall has been the absolute hardest. We're talking about electric trucks. This is the part of the story where marketing promises slammed headfirst into a brick wall of reality. Coming in at number 2, the Ford F-150 Lightning. Man, this truck launched with so much promise, right? It was supposed to be the future. Instead, owners have watched 48% of its value evaporate in 2 years. That's nearly $36,000 gone. And the reason why shows the huge gap between what works on paper and what works in the real world. The Lightning's fatal flaw is brutally simple. The moment you use it like an actual F-150, the moment you hook up a heavy trailer, the battery range just plummets. We're talking 50 to 60%. All of a sudden, your awesome work truck can only go about 100 miles. For any contractor or tradesperson, that's not a tool, it's a liability. The market figured this out fast and realized this isn't a true workhorse. It's really a commuter car with a truck bed, and nobody is going to pay premium work truck prices for that on the used market.
And it's not just Ford. Oh no. The super hyped Tesla Cybertruck, our number 5 example, is also facing a really harsh reality check. Despite a price tag that's nearly 6 figures, it's down 36%. That's a staggering loss of about $34,000. Turns out, once the first wave of diehard fans and influencers got their trucks, the reality of actually owning one started to set in for everyone else. After that initial hype died down, sales just started to fall off a cliff. And why? Because regular truck buyers started discovering that the stainless steel body is an absolute nightmare to keep clean and is outrageously expensive to repair if you get a ding. That led to much, much higher insurance costs. The novelty just wore off, and all the practical problems pushed the mainstream truck buyers away.
Next up, at number 6, we have the GMC Hummer EV. It suffers from a similar 36% drop, but because its starting price was so astronomical, over $100,000, the loss in actual dollars is even bigger. We're talking over $37,500 that just vanished into thin air in only 2 years.
I mean, let's be real. The Hummer EV was never supposed to be a practical truck. It was a 6-figure statement piece. It's ridiculously heavy and inefficient. But the real killer for its value on the used market is this thing called battery anxiety. Used buyers looking at a vehicle this expensive are terrified of what it might cost to replace that massive battery pack down the road, and that fear just craters what they're willing to offer.
This chart just brilliantly lays out the financial carnage in the EV truck world. I mean, the losses for the Lightning and the Hummer are absolutely huge, but they are both dwarfed by our number 1 biggest loser, the Chevrolet Silverado EV. Just look at that number, $45,500. Let that sink in for a second. Gone in just 2 years. That's more than the entire cost of many brand new cars, period. This isn't just bad depreciation, folks. This is historic.
So how did it possibly get this bad? Well, it starts with sharing GM's already recalled Ultium battery platform, which is bad enough. But then Chevy just kept making it worse. They made the incredible decision to completely remove Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, forcing everyone into their own proprietary Google system. And then, and this is the real kicker, they started charging monthly subscription fees just to use basic features that should be standard. So for a used buyer, you're not just buying a truck, you're signing up for a monthly bill.
Okay, so let's zoom out. After looking at all this data, from engine swaps gone wrong to EV failures, what's the big lesson here? What's the crucial takeaway for anyone even thinking about buying a new truck today? It really all comes down to this one question. Think about it. The trucks that held their value were the ones with proven, reliable, time-tested technology. The ones that plummeted? They were sold on the promise of something new, something revolutionary and unproven. So the next time you see a truck with a brand new platform or a game-changing engine, you have to ask yourself, are you really paying for cutting-edge innovation, or are you just paying a premium to be the final stage of their research and development?